something.
Welcome to the Brotherhood of Bears, a direct sequel to last year's Backcountry Bears, which followed the first year of spring bear hunting public land Montana by Isaac Siman and Jason Miklavcic. In that film, Isaac was able to harvest his first ever spring black bear, and even though he came home without a filled tag, Jason had multiple encounters and opportunities at bears. This hunt is also special for myself, as it is the first time I will be experiencing a Western, do-it-yourself style backcountry hunt.
3 o'clock in the morning.
30 hours to go.
Leaving the farm. It's time to go. Well, first interview of the trip, I think, because it's been nothing but driving. But here we are in Iowa. We're just at a gas station. We've probably gone almost 8 hours, so we're about halfway done for the day. But it's Iowa. We're driving from Ohio to Montana, so there's nothing real cool to see. Stay tuned. We'll show you the scenery along the way.
We're in Montana.
We are 20 hours in-ish. We have X amount of hours to go. We're not going to tell you because that kind of gives
It's a secret.
Because people might.
You know how many people have asked me where we're going? Just like, oh, what town? I'm like, I can't. I'm not allowed to say anything.
This town because it's the only town in this part of the state.
Well, I promise you, we're not hunting here.
No
bears.
Not black bear. Maybe doing other things here, but not black bear. But we'll be on the mountain today. 8 o'clock. I don't know. We'll be on the mountain this afternoon, and we could kill a bear tonight.
We could.
We're here. We gotta whisper. We gotta whisper. We gotta whisper. We've officially made it to the spot, and we're about, I don't know, probably only 200 yards in. But the rule of thumb for Jay and us and all the locals is that we were not going to film anything on the ride in or the truck to not give any of our locations away. So all of our interviews and all our filming is going to be done once we're a couple hundred yards up every spot we go to, just to try and keep it as secret as possible so the people who know about it can enjoy it.
Jay's got nothing to say.
What he said.
Go for it.
So it is important to us that we respect everybody's spots, and actually on the last video someone called us out. We had a trail number in the video, and we both missed it. A viewer saw it, so respectfully we took it out, edited it out, and we're going to continue to do that. So just out of respect for everybody and ourselves.
Dropping stuff. Caleb did the official start interview to this hunt, but I'm just going to give some of the technicals. We're going in our spot for up to 4 days. We're going in halfway through the day, so it's the afternoon now. We have 4 full days of food, so we can last in here about 4 days. So depending on the on what we see, it's a spot we've never been to before, so we didn't go here last year. We already saw some bear sign, which is good, but we're going in with full packs to do about 4 days in the backcountry. Obviously that could change if we see bears, don't see bears, blah blah blah, but stay tuned. That's just some of the technicals. I'm making an adjustment. We all are. My camera needs to be spun the other way so I can access it better. Want me to do it? Color phase. Big boy.
There's a big color phase bear on the trail, and I didn't see him until he was running away, but I think he had come off this bench here and obviously saw us. So.
Pretty much determined we're not going to take a quick jump shot because we want to watch the bear. We want to make sure it doesn't have cubs. Yeah, you can't. So if we do see one on the trail, we're going to set up on it. We're not going to just like we're deer hunting. But whoa.
We're less than an hour into the hunt. Our system seems to work pretty good. So.
A little bit sneaky.
1 hour into the hunt, and we had our first bear encounter. Little do we know what was in store for us over the next 2 weeks.
Floaties are extra protein, dog. I ain't scared.
How you doing? Good. I'm kind of in love with this.
You guys are spoiling me for my first hunt. Look, homie. I mean, technically it's my first time bear hunting out west, so I wouldn't know what to say, but everything I've seen I like so far. It's beautiful. We've already seen 1,000 piles of elk scat, 4 piles of bear scat, a bear, potentially mountain lion and or bigger than a coyote scat. And everything we're looking at looks good. And no sign of humans. Alright, situation. We dropped camp in our camping spot. Can't see anything from here, but we're gonna bomb to the first glassing point that we picked out. It's kind of up and around a saddle, and we're actually gonna be looking at the area where we crossed the river, sorta. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully we get a bear tonight. Packs are a lot lighter. Let's go. Yeah, because I'm the shed hunter, not Isaac. Yes. No shit. Did you break it? Or it chewed? It's chewed. That's a cool paddle. Yeah, I guess there's moose up here. I told you I want to see moose. Yes. You guys go bear hunting. I'll meet you in a little bit. I'm gonna leave this right here. Yeah. It ain't going nowhere. And I'm gonna jump up. Man, shed hunting's supposed to be my thing. I'm here to film and shed hunt. And Isaac stepped on a moose paddle. I've already seen a bear and found a moose paddle. What a day. So, our first night of glassing, just hour or two is over. We didn't see any bears, just that bear on the way in, but we think our scouting is going to pay off because we definitely are in a good spot. We can glass this whole area, we can shoot the whole area, which is huge. So we'll be back here in the morning. The sun's kind of screwing us up tonight too. It's shining right on us. But get back to camp tonight, set it up in the dark. It's going to be fun. Eat something and then get back here in the morning. Can you help pounding those in? Can you help pounding those in?
What are you doing, bro, Chacho?
Starting a fire. Yeah. While you guys set up tents.
There's camp.
It sounded very Mongo-ish. Put it on a fire.
Well, Caleb. Drinking coffee.
Yep.
Drying out our feetsies and bootsies. Having breakfast.
We didn't do a lot of filming yesterday because we were whooped.
We still did some.
Did some, but found a moose paddle and saw a bear on day one. Guess can't ask for much more than that.
Fell in the creek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay fell in a creek. His boots are really wet.
I turned away, so you said I'm not. You're like I'm not. It's too deep. I'm not doing it here.
Then
And
it
like I
slipped
turned
in.
away, and then the next thing I heard, and you're just like standing, and you're like, "Oh, going across now." Getting to the mountain is only part of the battle when it comes to Western hunting. A trip like this takes months, if not years, to plan. Isaac, Jay, and myself spent many an afternoon map scouting, gear prepping, shooting our rifles, and preparing for this trip.
Destroyed it.
All three of us being firemen, we understand what it means to prepare, plan, and execute. Hence the name of the film, Brotherhood of Bears.
We're glassing today, we're shooting bears today.
Day one. Let's get it.
Welcome to Western hunting. It's what, 13 and a half hours of glassing.
Something like that.
Saw 4 mule deer in bow range. Do you help something, Jay?
I almost added a bunch of my own stickers to it.
Alright. Day 3, 2, second full day. We have found our spot. A little bit different of the spot yesterday. We're actually glassing back towards camp. The only thing missing was rain.
Survived the hurricane last night.
We did. Something up there did not. Something got struck by lightning.
Very close to our tent.
Yeah, I mean
Immediately on top of
the
us.
thunderclap was simultaneous
Instantaneous.
with the lightning strike right above our head.
That was cool.
It was something. Not bad though.
No.
Tents did their job.
Mostly dry on everything. Nothing didn't get dry with my Crocs and my Gators.
All right. Me and Jay are gonna hit the road.
Catch up.
See you up there.
I'll catch up. Day 4, third full day glassing. We survived the monsoon last night.
Last night was a rough one. Feel a little beat down.
Yeah. It thunderstormed all night long, but we are heading back up the mountain. Gonna give this another go. Conditions are drastically different today too. It's been 70s and sunny for the most part for all our glassing. Today it's still kind of warm, but it's overcast, cloudy, wet, periods of rain throughout the day. So a nice change of pace, hopefully, to get these B words on their feet. We're not saying the word anymore until we kill one. There's an incredible amount of elk scat and moose scat. On this section of the mountain that we're on. Isaac and Jay think it was a yarding spot for either moose or elk, so it's all from over the winter, but there's definitely different shaped pellets. But surprisingly, we have not seen an elk or a moose yet. We did find that moose paddle, so they're around, or at least they were. But we've seen 7 deer, couple whitetail, couple mule deer, and then that big color-faced bear that we spooked on the way in, about 2 miles from here. So it's been a little slow, but we know there's bears in the area. There's 3 piles of bear scat on this road, and the color changed with the rain, so it's been here since the last rain. It was laid after the last rain, so fingers crossed for today. So today we're getting these waves of fog and clouds moving through. We haven't even been glassing an hour yet, but it's only been clear in front of us for maybe 15 minutes total. And then the fog moves in, so it's going to make it exciting and interesting. All right, final update from the mountain. The spot that we call Moose Paddle. We've been glassing for 4 days now and have not seen a bear. There's just not bears here. So we're making a big move tomorrow morning. We're gonna bomb back to camp at last light here, get a good night's rest, wake up, tear camp down, make the 4-mile hike back to the truck, and then we're gonna go to a spot that Isaac and Jay call the elk spot. They spent one night there last year, saw a bunch of elk and 2 different bears. It was the last spot they stopped at on their trip last year. Saw a bear the evening they got there, in the morning before they left. So high hopes for that. The spot we hunted today, or the last 4 days I should say, the spot we call Moose Paddle. This is the first time they hunted it. They had it marked last year. They didn't come in here. It fits the criteria for all their e-scouting, and it looks amazing. It looks exactly like you would want a bear spot to look, but 4 days in, the only bear we've seen was the one on the walk-in, so it's time to throw in the towel on this spot. We definitely would come back here in the future. It just doesn't seem to be holding any bears at the moment, so we are done. Well, we're packing up spot 1. It was a pretty uneventful spot. The only cool thing we got was the Moose Paddle. So this would be known as Paddle Mountain and No Bear Mountain. Even though we did see a bear. We did see a bear on the way up here, which we may see him on the way back. You never know. Yeah, but we're just packing up camp, down to the truck and up to the new spot. No breaks today. We're disrobing. The river got a little angrier since we came in, so instead of soaking our boots, we're going Crocs. We're gonna wade it, and it's gonna be cold. So this could be interesting. Spot 2. Elk Mountain.
It's a dog to get into.
Yeah. Deadfalls, the trail's old. It's all uphill. No sign of other people though, which is nice. And there's no water up here, so we had to pack in extra water, which is brutal. A lot of weight, but
we each have like 25 pounds of water.
Yeah. But we're excited. About a third of the way up. Expectations are high, very high, especially after the last spot. So we know that there's bears here because you guys have seen bears here
in the past.
So
let's do it.
There's that. Jay's doing okay over there.
He's all right. He's all right.
Well, guys, we are here, and we're in the place we wanted to be. We haven't taken any video since our walk-in because it's been pretty much. Yeah, I can't even call it a walk. It was just an uphill hike, 75-pound packs, hot, sunny, just pretty much miserable. And we didn't take any video. It was that miserable that we didn't take any video.
I snuck a little.
Climbing through deadfalls and rhododendron mountain laurel bushes, and we're just pretty much exhausted. We're camping right at the glassing spot. Our tent's over there. Isaac's is right back there. Thought we were going to lose Jay for a minute there, but he pulled through. His body was just this close to shutting down, but it didn't. He's alive. We also have another situation. On top of the physical exertion of the day, I'll spin the camera. You can't see anything. You literally can't see anything. We found out there was a wildfire in Canada, and with the wind shift with the storm the other night, it brought down all the smoke and smog. So we can't even really glass right now. Climbed all the way up this mountain, unglassable conditions, but we can still see through in a couple spots. And we're going to be here for at least 2 nights and make the best of it.
I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
We're all fine. We will reevaluate in a couple days, but we're going to be sleeping on rocks. This is Western hunting's fun, guys.
This is what we do it for.
But we're in this. There's no turning back now. Well, alright guys, we are on morning number 6 of the trip, day 6. We spent 4 full days glassing. Today, I should say, will be our 4th full day glassing, and then 2 days of hiking into our spots, spot 1 and spot 2. We're on Elk Mountain right now. We did not take a lot of video yesterday because it was just such an ass kicker getting up here. Their watches, their Isaac and Jay's smartwatches says we burned almost 5,000 calories, not including the fact that we had 75-pound packs on our back. 10 liters of water each, just an ass kicker. And it was hot, so we didn't video much. We did some glassing yesterday. The smog was pretty bad. I know you already saw that interview, and I'm sure Isaac's taking one with his camera right now as well. Alright, so update of the day. I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. We busted balls getting up to this spot yesterday. Literally busted balls. Jay almost died, but he's doing all right now. We brought water and food up here for like 3 or 4 days, so our packs were heavy. They were like 75, 80 pounds. And we're getting up here and we are getting roasted by the sun. Whole mountainside we're glassing, it's all dried out. It's also getting roasted. So we're bailing, I think. We know the snow has been gone here for a couple weeks because it's been unseasonably hot and dry. So we're gonna go find somewhere that has snow. We're gonna go chase the snow line around. We'll see what we can find, maybe get into some real big mountains. So that's the plan at this point. But this spot was an ass kicker to get into, and we're bailing. Hell of a spot though. We were here last year, saw 2 bears in 24 hours, saw some elk. So this was our elk spot. But that's the situation. We're moving on. Yeah. Alright guys, part of being a man is knowing when to quit. And we're not quitting. We sure as hell are done with this mountain. We are reevaluating. I know Isaac talked about it already a little bit. We kind of brushed over it, but we are going to make an audible because we're halfway through our hunt. We still got a week left, over a week. So it's not on a huge time crunch, but being up high and glassing these sun-covered slopes is just not doing it. We've done 4 days of glassing, 6 total actually, but 4 full days, and there's just nothing happening. Not one bear,
not any wildlife. So we're gonna, I think, call it 1 step back for 2 steps forward. We had to do this last year, but I think we're gonna try to find some snow line. It's got to be out there somewhere, and that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
We have this entire state to hunt, so I'm not worried about it. We're gonna make it happen. If we don't die on this hike out, if we don't die on that, we'll be alright. It's a little hot, but it's mostly downhill. Hurdle over some deadfall on the way out, and it's lighter. Our packs are way lighter. We had to dump water, so let's do it. This isn't going well.
This is bear hunting at its finest. We got lots of snacks.
Re-scouting.
Lots of body armors.
Reevaluating the game plan.
That's so tight.
And making some moves.
Dying of the pollen and the heat.
There's that trail, but it like cuts way down and then back up.
Yeah.
So it comes off.
But if it saves some bushwhacking, it's...
You look at the range. There. So 500 yards, 470. Even to the tippy top is 800.
All right, laundry, check.
Check.
Camera batteries, check. 6 hours of e-scouting, check. Lots of coffee. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lots of body armors, lots of candy.
Jay drinking my half drink body armor. Check.
We've been doing a lot of sharing.
Well, I got that. I got that in the middle of the night, thinking it was my half. I drank one because you're like, it's already open. I said, put it in there.
He broke the seal on the drive-in when I was driving. He woke up in a coughing fit, choked himself half to death, grabbed my fucking energy drink from the center console and took a huge swig. You did.
I did.
Took a huge swig of it. And I'm just on cruise control going 78, just driving, and I look over and he's like, And he's like, these people want to pass you. And I'm like, it's 70-mile-an-hour road. I'm going 78. If they want to pass me, they can pass me.
You're the worst driver ever.
They haven't let me drive since, for the record. Which I'm okay with. Whatever.
Going back to 6 more days of truck living.
Yep.
Bye, civilization. Got this thing loaded up. Yeah, Mom's watching him.
Pretty brutal, dude. Oh, that's brutal. Circle of life.
America. Nature. That is pure nature right there, man.
We're in a weird fringe territory right now.
Awesome.
Alright guys, we are in campsite number 3, a spot that we're going to call the Lookout. And it's drastically different than what we were hunting. We were hunting really thick wooded areas, lower down mountain ranges. And we just drove, I think it was 200 and some miles to a new spot. And it's way different. I'll show you. And we've already seen just as many deer and more elk than we did in 6 days at the other spots. of a new spot. Walking back down from the glassing area for the evening. Pretty much can't see anything anymore, but I'm not quite sure what day it is. We've been here a week. We're at this new spot. It's a whole total different ballgame. Way up in elevation. Temperature's gone down quite a bit. We're actually in a bunch of like sagebrush overlooking like some big mountains, so it's gonna be interesting to see what we see. Today we saw a bunch of elk, a bunch of mule deer. Actually saw an antelope way up high too, so that was kind of weird. But we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna give this area a shot tomorrow, probably stay here all day. Then we're gonna move on to a burn if we don't see anything, so we haven't been to a burn yet, so we're gonna give that a try. And we'll see how it goes, so stick with us. Probably gonna make a fire, have a meal, and it'll be good. Get back to camp right now. Alright guys, we're getting ready to pack up Camp 3 and head to Camp 4 for the trip. We got a lot of stuff to do with the truck here to kind of get it in travel shape, but I'll do a little walkthrough just real quick. This spot we actually camped by the truck, which was kind of nice for having things accessible. Me and Jay have been sharing a tent this whole time, which has been okay in some spots and not so good in other spots that aren't as flat. So we might start splitting up and do 3 tents, but we've been doing 2. Here's Isaac's. That's his Nemo. I'll have him do a walkthrough of that sometime, but camp shoes. We've been doing a fire pit at every place we go. Cooking supplies, jet boils, stuff of that nature. There's our food. We usually hang it or lock it in the truck to be bear aware. And here's me and Jay's tent for the week. When it's not flat, as you can see, you kind of slide around and makes it a little rough, but we are probably going to change that. I think we're going to end up doing 3 tents on the next spot to see if we can sleep a little more comfortable. But I don't even know how many days in we are now. I think we're at 7 or 8 days into this hunt with 5 days of hunting left, 5 or 6 full days of hunting left. So we're going to bomb out of here. This was the lookout spot. We saw a ton of elk, ton of antelope, ton of mule deer, heard coyotes, no bears. Didn't even find any bear sign. So we are reevaluating once again and going to some of those other spots that they e-scouted the other night in the motel, and we're going to try to get thicker. We're trying to get more bear-like country. This is definitely elk hunting country we're in right now, so bear-like country is coming. We'll update you on the drive.
So after a last 2 days of frustration, probably 3, we had smog rolling in, not being able to glass very well, chasing the greenery, not doing really great on that. Hot, sunny. We took a step back, went to the room again, a late night of mapping. We feel good about this one. It took us several hours to find. It's a recent burn, but it meets our criteria.
We are way up here in elevation.
Yeah, we hit about
higher than we have been.
8,000 feet
Has
here.
we been.
Just fresh greenery popping. We like it. We're actually going down in elevation to our spot. So,
Jay's spot.
Yep.
this is I picked this one out last night. The boys agreed. So here we are.
2 years they've spent mapping on computers back at home.
And we picked the spot out in a hotel room.
Last night, I picked a spot in a hotel room.
Well, we used all our knowledge we learned.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
Pretty good hike in too, so.
We got 3 days worth of food that 3 days worth of gear that we could stretch to 4 if needed, if it's hot. So we're gonna plan on sticking it out.
Yep.
If there's action. So
If there's action, this is a trip ender.
Yeah, there's 4 nights left maximum. So.
Yep. All right. We'll see you up there, out there, down there. Looks like 100%.
We had high hopes for the spot that we called the Burn, but once we were there, our hopes were dashed. It was becoming obvious that we missed the boat on the spring greenup that worked so well for the boys the year prior, and after a full day of glassing and only spotting a few mule deer, the decision to return back to the beginning was made.
Well, here we are back where we started. Moose paddle spot. We got 2 days to go. 2 nights basically. We're hiking in. We're doing it. Finishing strong.
You know there's a bear here.
We saw a big brown here. Unfortunately didn't get any video of him, but we know there's at least a bear here and we've seen some bear signs, so we're gonna give her hell. We're not exactly the elevation band we think we should be at, but this is where we've seen bears and bear signs, so this is where we're gonna finish the trip. Well, wrapping it up, Jack. That is our last evening glassing for the Bear Trip 23. We're back to Moose Paddle, where we started. We spent maybe 8-9 hours here today glassing, and we didn't see a living creature. Glassed out. So we have to call it. We're going to go back to camp, set up tents, eat one last hot meal on the mountain, sit around a fire and reminisce a bit, and then tomorrow we're going to pack out. We're going to do some calling, we believe, on the way out. We're going to set up in a couple spots. There's these logging roads where we saw the big color-phased bear on the way out, and do some calling for a couple hours, and then get the truck, get into Missoula, have ourselves a party night, a wild party night. That town ain't ready for us. Hit the road Saturday morning, and we'll be home Sunday night.
Sunday night it is. 14 days since we left.
It's been one hell of a trip. A lot to take in and decompress, and we're going to take some time putting this film together. Obviously, it's not going to be anytime soon. It might not even be till next spring, so we got a lot of different stuff going on, and right now we're getting back to camp and having a hot meal. You gotta make a smile, because otherwise it won't be doing weird. Like, I'll be like, one guy will be like, go count 3.
It would appear that this is the end of our story, but nothing could be further from the truth. We made our way back to Ohio and enjoyed the usual slate of outdoor activities throughout the spring, summer, and early fall. We spent time at our annual Pennsylvania trout camp, took a shark fishing trip to the beaches of the Outer Banks, and did plenty of farm work to set ourselves up for whitetails. And then come September, Isaac and Jay made their way back to Montana. The bear tag that they held from the spring was still valid. And almost unbelievably, Jay was able to come face to face on the hike back to camp from a day of elk hunting, bow in hand, with an elusive black bear that we had spent 16 days pursuing that spring.
Well, after just bitching about this today being a bust, just shot a black bear. A little, my spring tag is good for the fall archery, and it opens today. So it was about a 40-yard shot. I think I center punched him. I think he's down about 50 yards away. So stay tuned. Let's go find him. Okay, so I didn't update you last night because of the craziness that went on. I shot that bear, which I thought was a perfect shot. I got last blood around 250 yards later. And it was getting dark, so I had to make my way back to camp. It's about 2.5 miles in. And I went back to camp and was wallowing in my misery. And questioning my life decisions, as Isaac would say. And the dude that had camped next to me comes in at camp and goes, "Hey man, you didn't by chance shoot a bear, did you?" And I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah man, on my way back to camp, I walked by a dead bear." And I'm like, "You've got to be shitting me." One dude with an entire mountain walks on to my bear. I'm like, "Oh man." He shows me a picture of it, and I'm like, I see the blood spot right where I shot him, which still looks like a good shot, but he ended up coming 365 yards, and the dude was kind enough to bring me back to him, and here we got it. My fucking bear, baby, with a bow. So now I've got weather coming in, and I gotta make short work of this dude and get this going. So hopefully I can get some creative Siman Brothers video of like some time lapse of me breaking them down or something. But I'm stoked. Couldn't be happier. Yeah. If you can't tell by the smile on my face, first bear with a bow.
It took 4 extra months, but we finally got our bear. Jay was able to put the final stamp on this film in the best possible way. We hope you have enjoyed spending this time with us in the mountains. While Western hunting isn't our bread and butter, it's something that we have come to not only love, but also respect. Thank you for following along with the Brotherhood of Bears.
First time moving around at all, so stick with me. See me on this GoPro a lot.
Alright, I'm pooped. And I haven't even tried to pack out yet. I have no idea what this thing's gonna weigh, but got it. Ended up being a young sow. But man, I couldn't be happier. So got the Cafaro all packed up, and we're getting ready to hit this 2.5 mile hike, and it's about to start raining. So, you know, kiss me when you're fucking me.